Alright, this is a guide for solo classing a bard. We're going to go 12 levels of the bard, what makes a bard very good, and such. So a bard is a kind of a mix of a spellcaster and a martial. Uh, so one of the things that make bards good um, is they are very good at getting a lot of skill proficiencies. Um, there's as we level up, we'll see how they get additional skills, proficiency, so they can pass a lot of checks, whether they're trying to convince someone or they're investigating something or whatever it might be. Um, they're very good to be the face of the party and do a lot of the talking. Um, so I would start off with probably something like this here: 8 strength, 16 dexterity, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and high charisma. So charisma is going to be their spell casting ability. So we want that high, and that works really well since the high charisma will give us really high scores for deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion. They start off with 2 cantrips. Um, I suggest to use at least Vicious Mockery. It's a spell that only bards get. They insult a creature, and that creature gets a disadvantage on its next attack roll, which is very strong. It does a little bit of damage too. It does a 1 4-sided dice of psychic damage. Um, but yeah, that disadvantage is pretty good that it applies. There's some other cantrips you could grab. I think if you're the party face, the one that's going to do a lot of talking, you could do Friends. This is a very good spell. It gives advantage on charisma checks, like that intimidation and persuasion. So we can roll 2 dice and take the top one. The other ones, there are more situational, but if you're not going to be the party face, you could choose something like Minor Illusion, would be a good one, or Mage Hand, or Blade Ward. Um, it's starting spells. It's going to get a decent amount of different enchantment and um, yeah, a lot of enchantment and transmutation spells. These are the 4 that I like to start off with. So Longstrider is very good. This is something that we can apply to every person on our party. As long as we do it outside of combat, it doesn't cost that level 1 spell slot. And it just increases everybody's movement speed by 3 meters. I gave it an offensive one to start off with as well, Thunderwave, um, which is a decent level 1 spell. Sleep, which yeah, can just make enemies fall asleep. There's no save against sleep. You just have to make sure you have enough hit points, or they have enough hit points that the sleep spell can go up to. And then this one, Dissident Whispers. It's a good damage spell, 3 6-sided die, and then it has a possibility to frighten them, which is also a really good thing. Your starting instrument doesn't matter from a real gameplay standpoint, but you can kind of hear how each one sounds. When you cast a spell, you'll use your instrument, um, you'll just hear the sound. It's nothing big. So yeah, so let's go and level up our bard. So when you go to level 2, like most spellcasters, you're going to get additional level 1 spell slots. Now we have 3. And at level 2, you get this passive called Jack of all trades. You get to add half your proficiency bonus to ability checks that you are not proficient in. So, yeah, so this basically says, hey, anything that you're not proficient in, when we're picking skills, you get to add half your proficiency bonus to. So when we first start the game, we get a +2 bonus to anything we add to our skills. That's our proficiency. Our proficiency bonus starts at +2. And so you get to pick like 2 or 3 skills that you want to be proficient in. And so you would see, like, I think on mine earlier, I added in like deception and persuasion. And it went from +3 to +5. Got that +2 right there. Um, this says, hey, everything that you didn't pick is going to get that proficiency, but half of it. So all those other things that I did not pick, instead of getting a +2, they all got a +1. So again, my guy's Bard is very good now. He gets actually basically all my skills are going to get some type of bonus. Also at level 2, they get this really, really good thing called Song of Rest. So it's one. You can use it only once every long rest, but you and your allies are revitalized as though you've taken a short rest. So a bard, basically every bard you have in your party, lets you get an additional short rest per long rest. So you start with 2 short rests every long rest. Having one bard would basically give you 3 short rests. You get to add in one extra spell at this point. Maybe you want to speak with animals, especially if you're going to be talking to a bunch of things. You could also get some healing if you want. Disguise Self is very good, as well as it could change how you look, and that could give you, it can let you pass certain dialogue checks, depending on what race you are. But we'll just keep it simple and do speak with animals. At level 3 is going to be your biggest change. So it's when you're going to pick your subclass. The so you could be College of Lore, where they are probably the more wizard type of the two. The idea with College of Lore is that it gets this thing where you can take a reaction where you say it in here. Okay. It doesn't really give the details, but the idea is you're going to roll one six-sided dice, and let's say someone is attacking one of your allies. You could use a reaction to um, use this cutting words, and you would take, for instance, that six-sided die, and it would roll in the background, and it would. Let's say you rolled a 4, okay? Let's say someone's trying to attack your ally. They rolled a 17 and your ally has a armor class of 15. So the guy's going to hit. He needs a 15 or higher. He rolled a 17. Cutting Words would roll a 6-sided die and would decrease the enemy's attack or accuracy by whatever the 6-sided die landed on. So if it rolled a 4, well, the guy had a 17. He's going to hit you because he's going to hit your companion because he has 15 armor class. But this Cutting Words is going to say, hey, that's 17. We're going to minus the 4, so now it goes down to 13. And now the enemy misses your companion completely. So it's a good defensive tool. This thing does use. Let me get out of this real quick. It does use your bardic inspiration. Now this is something that lower level bards, they only get a few of them, and it's once per long rest. When we get to a higher level, like I think it's like level 5 or 6, I think it's level 5, you actually recharge them on short rest. It's a significant increase. Because right now we could do 3 every long rest, but we're about to be able to do 3 every short rest. So he does use one of your bardic inspirations. Is that kind of reaction. And also, the College of Lore is also going to get at level 6. It can learn any spell from any class. So it's not limited to like to these spells here. It can get any spell it wants, which is super good. So again, if you want to be kind of like a magey, I'm going to talk through things kind of bard, go College of Lore. College of Valor is a martial kind of one. So when you use your Bardaric Inspiration now, instead of Cutting Words, which the College of Lore had, where it decreases someone's, like an enemy's attack roll, this one inspires. So it's going to help your allies with their next attack roll, ability check, saving throw, weapon damage, or armor class. This is also very good. Instead, though, it's a bonus action and not a reaction. So you could use this on your turn, and you could say, hey, I want this ally to, on their turn, I want them to be able to have a higher chance for their attack roll. This one's okay. It's not the best one, but it's okay. It does its job. If you go College of Valor, why is it not saying it? College? Okay, actually, okay, so here, I don't know why it's not saying it in here, but I want you to look over here on the far right. So if I was College of Lore, here's my regular proficiencies. If I go College of Valor, it's going to let me use martial weapons. So bards don't get access to martial weapons. So you can only get them through basically the specific race you're playing as. A College of Valor bard can get martial weapons. It also gets medium armor and shields that it can use. So you get a lot of extra stuff that you can use now. And you can kind of be like, now you can fight as a bard. So you can kind of do spells and you can fight. College of Swords is a very popular bard class. And the reason is because they get these 6 actions. So um, really, you can look at, there's really 3 of them. And they're split out by the sword icon and the bow icon. So sword is your melee, bow is your ranged. And the 3 of them are this. So the sword one, you can attack up to 2 enemies at once. You use a barbaric inspiration with it, but you get to do your regular weapon damage plus 1d6. So you do like a little extra damage, and you can attack up to 2 enemies, which is very good. For slash, that's a slashing flourish. There's a defensive flourish where you attack defensively, so you do that same amount of damage, but instead of attacking 2 people, you attack 1, but it increases your armor class by 4 if you hit them. And then finally, mobile flourish. You can push your target 6 meters back. You can also teleport to them right afterwards. The ranged ones do the same exact thing. So here's your defensive flourish for range, your mobile flourish with range. I will say though, slashing flourish with range. So when you're doing the melee one, well, obviously if you're using melee weapon, they kind of both have to be right by each other. The slashing flourish range, they do not need to be by each other. They could be on opposite sides. One could be up here, one enemy could be up here, one enemy could be way down here, and you could target both of them. So this is very good if you want to go like crossbow builds or longbow build or something like that. This thing right here is very, very good. It also lets you pick a fighting style. So a lot of people like to do, if they're going to use the like crossbows, 2-weapon fighting is very good. Otherwise, you can go dueling. You also get another spell. Some of these could be very good. I think really good level 2 spells, Cloud of Daggers. So I'll just click that one. I'll go 4. We get another cantrip. I'll just do Minor Illusion for now, and then yeah, we could do. Let's do Hold Person. And now for my feat. So depending on, so I went College of Swords. I'm going to be, if I go this route, I want to do something that's more, less magic attack, more about attack, like a melee attack or range attack. If I go College of Swords, I'm probably going to be going double or dual wield crossbows. So there's some really good range stuff, especially crossbow stuff that you could get. As always, ability improvement's very good. If I'm going College of Swords, instead of increasing my charisma more, which will affect my spells. Again, I'm more of this, now I'm more of this range person. I want to increase my dexterity. So doing this is always good. This will increase your accuracy with your range attacks, and it will also increase their damage. Some other really good ones that you could do. Crossbow Expert. So usually when you do a ranged attack and someone's within melee range of you, you do it with disadvantage. Crossbow Expert says, hey, if you do a crossbow shot and they're like the enemy, if there's an enemy literally right by you, you won't have disadvantage. So that's good. And also, it does this little thing here where it inflicts gaping wounds for twice as long. This is okay. It's not anything crazy. I wouldn't try to make a build off it. There's way better things you could do. But Crossbow Expert's pretty good. I think it's kind of a luxury one. If you have really good accuracy, like if your character has high dexterity or some really strong crossbows, Sharpshooter's fantastic. So yes, you're going to get that -5 penalty to your attack roll, but you will deal an additional 10 damage. And that counts on, so like if you did that mobile flourish where you attack 2 enemies at once, they both would get hit for that extra 10 damage if you're able to successfully hit them. Right now I'll just do ability improvement. Okay, now here's the thing. This is a martial class now, it feels like, but we're level 5 and we are not yet getting the extra attack passive. We won't get that at level 6. Bard's that only class that gets the extra attack at level 6, any type of martial class. What we do get, though, is this extremely important Font of Inspiration. So now those Barbaric Inspirations, remember we have like 3 of them, they only recharge every long rest. Well, now they recharge after a long rest or short rest. Super great. Now you could be a lot more, you can have a lot more liberty with using your Barbaric Inspirations and not feel like, oh my goodness, I can only use this at certain times. No, you can now just start using them a bunch. Super good. And then also, all those Barbaric Inspirations, when you use them, it start out as a 1d6. Now they're going to be a 1d8. So you have that potential for a little bit extra. Um, this applies for all 3 of the Bard subclasses. Um, Now we can pick a level 3 spell since we're level 5. So every 2 levels we get to go up a level spell. The unfortunate thing about bards is that they don't get counterspell. They don't get counterspell, they don't get fireball, they don't get thunderbolt. They don't have a lot of great level 3 spells. I don't know, maybe I'll just pick this one, the spear one. This level kind of sucks for them, to say the least. We go to level 6. So, down here, here's our extra attack I was talking about. So other martial classes will get at level 5. The bards get at level 6, but only College of Swords and College of Valor. The College of Lore will not get extra attack at all. That's the one that's very mage-like. We get this really cool counter charm. So you and allies within 9 meters have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Cost an action in the last 3 turns. It's good. If you think that you're going to be going up against an enemy that's going to try to charm your whole team or frighten your whole team, it's going to be very, very good. Again, you get to add another spell. Click whatever you want. Go forward. Level 7, you're now going to get your level 4 spell slots. Yeah, I think Confusion could be good here, but again, they don't really get. I don't think they have great level 4 slots either. So level 8. Now we get similar. Maybe I'll do greater invisibility. You can look up these spells and see what you want. Now for a feat, we've got our dexterity up to 18. I think this would be probably a good time now to get sharpshooter, especially if we didn't get it last time. So now, at this point of the game, we should have some really good crossbows that will help us with our accuracy. Our proficiency is up, so we'll be more accurate. This is, I think, a good time to get this. We're going to do it. Our damage is going to skyrocket now with our crossbows. All right, level 9. We get now another level 4 spell slot, and we get access to level 5 spell slots. So we have 1 level 5 spell slot. Level 5 spell slots are pretty good, though, here. So there's a few. There's these 6 up here. We're not going to go through all of them, but I think the ones that I think are very good are things that you can start to control some type of monster. So this one, Planar Binding, target an otherworldly creature and attach its consciousness to your own. It will follow and fight for you as an ally. This is really good. You basically take control of an enemy that is an otherworldly creature. So it says, must be celestial, elemental, a fae, or a fiend. Yeah, it's very good. This one is Hold Monster. You paralyze a creature. It can't move, act, or react. And all attacks within 3 meters of it are always critical hits. This is an extremely powerful spell. It's hard to land it, but if you land it, there are certain bosses that are classified as monsters, and if you get this on them, it's game over for them. And then finally, Dominate Person. So you can make it's the same thing as like the Planar Binding one, but it's for humans. Very, very good. You'll be fighting humans near the end of the game, so this is a good one to get. I'll do Hold Hold Monster or whatever for now. Okay, level 10 is very important for a bard because they get a thing called Magical Secrets. Oh yeah, well here's a good thing to see. So you can see my proficiency bonus is going up. If it's also going to let me pick some skills. So I'm level 10. I think it's at level 11 or 12. I get to be a +4. But right now it's going to be a +3 wherever I click. So let's just add in Persuasion, Intimidation. Man, I'm getting +9 on these things. This is awesome. It's going to be hard for me to fail Persuasion checks. But let's go. I get to pick another spell. I'll do Dominate Person. So Magical Secrets is super good. This is the thing I was trying to tell you about where at level 6 for the College of Lore, they get to pick any spell. Now at level 10, all bards, College of Lore, Swords, or Valor get to also pick. They get to pick 2 spells. And it goes up to level 5. So right here, maybe I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm this guy who shoots crossbows. I talk things out. I don't really want to use my actions to use spells too often. Maybe I get Counterspell, which stops a spell being cast. Is very strong. Or maybe I want some type of damage spell that I didn't have access to. So I could do like this Cone of Cold, which does 8 sided die rolls of cold damage. Yeah, maybe I want something. Yeah, so there's all kinds of different spells that they could choose from here. But yeah, they get to pick basically learn magic from every discipline. So they get to pick 2 spells that they would otherwise not be able to have access to. Again, Lorebard gets this at level 6. So instead of additional attack, they get to choose 2 spells from the Magical Secrets list, up to level 3 spells at that point because they're level 6 and they only have access to level 3 and below. Level 6, I'm sorry, level 11 you get to cast 1 level 6 spell. They only give you 2. Eyebite can be good, and there's some, you can, really I think the big one is putting creatures to sleep. There is some really wonky stuff you can do with this, but I think it requires some good setup. Really the one that is super good, this is like I think a bard only one, it's Otto's Irresistible Dance. It causes a creature to start dancing, making it unable to take actions or move. Its attackers have disadvantage on attack rolls. The dancer has disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity saving throws. So this thing basically is a absolute like control person or like hold monster kind of thing, but it could target anything, anybody. It causes a creature. So human, demon, celestial, anything. This is your ultimate best control spell. It's very good to have as a bard. And then finally level 12. We could pick Eyebite if we want to have both level 6 spells. And we get our final feat. I'm going to put my dexterity up to 20. And now I'm super accurate with my crossbows. Yeah, so maybe I just add in some crossbows real quick. And let me add in, we go out here, our sharpshooter that we got, that feat that makes us less accurate but do more damage. I'm going to put out here as a passive. So let's say I wanted to shoot this guy. 9, man, these guys have too low of armor. Let's find someone. Let me see. Okay, let's attack Gale for a second. So usually I have 65% to hit Gale, and if I use sharpshooter, now I have 40%. So that would stink. But if I was to target this guy, his AC is very low. I have a 95% chance to hit. But if I turn on that sharpshooter, I only have a 90% chance to hit. That's not bad. I only went down basically 5% chance, but I get to do an extra 10 damage. The nice thing about dual wielding crossbows also is that the second crossbow that we have equipped, it uses your bonus action to shoot it. So as a bard, if I have double crossbows, I could do Otto's Irresistible Dance. Let me do this. Let me return this mode. So I could do Otto's Irresistible Dance. Is it really 100%? That's wild. Okay, so now he's dancing. And if I go up to here, but it doesn't do it. Okay. If I wanted to, I could control someone using Otto's Irresistible Dance. I still have my bonus action to shoot with my second crossbow. That's nice. So yeah, bards have a lot of different capabilities. They are great as a party face. They can pass a lot of skill checks. Yeah, like look at this. Like my skill checks for persuasion are plus 11. It's just wild. This is super high. So yeah, they get a lot of they can pass a lot of dialogue things. Um, Depending on the subclass you build, they could be very range, like crossbow range focused, or they could be melee focused. Or you can keep them as a lore bard, and you could be very magic focused the whole way through and deal some damage and do whatever you want. Yeah, there's some really cool ways to build around the bard.